It's Thursday night. You know what that means? Just a bit outside radio show, live on the air, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. As always, share the link, share the love. And as always, you got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, on your mark, get set. Are you ready for the ponies?
Hell yeah, man. What a big weekend in Baltimore. Oh, man, it's just, and hopefully we have some pretty good weather, because I remember last year it rained a little bit.
Yeah.
For Preakness, and it was a hellified, muddy, but exciting race. Yeah, man, big weekend in Baltimore. Everybody's excited, and we have a whole lot to talk about tonight. So we're going to try to cram everything in this next 45 minutes to an hour. So you ready to rock, yo?
I saw that lineup, and I was like, we doing a 2-hour show tonight?
Hey, look, we're going to whip through this stuff, baby. So let's get cracking. First things first. Well, hell, we talked about, you had that opening line about getting the race started and everything. So we might as well just jump into the Preakness. Like I said, biggest thing of the weekend, one of Maryland's biggest events. And this year it's extra special. It's the 150th anniversary of the Preakness races, the second leg of the Triple Crown. I'm not going to go too much into the history because I feel like we've done it several times before.
Yeah.
And like I said, Google is your friend. That's what I like to say all the time. All right, so, by it being the 150th anniversary mark, they're going hard in the paint, man. They have hosted, well, let me just say, by the end of the Preakness, by the end of the day tomorrow, they will have hosted 150 events.
Wow.
Yes, and I just kind of wanted to run off a few of the ones that have jumped out.
Okay.
To me, the first one is there's a spot called Quintessential Gentleman. It's a local business here. It's kind of like a gentleman's club, if you will. And when I say gentleman's club, I don't mean the kind that have the ladies swinging from the poles.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about a place where you go to get your beard trimmed, your shoes shine, things of that nature. But they hosted a bourbon and bow ties event at the B&O Railroad Museum last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat and unique. And, everybody got dressed up. And, of course, the fellas wore the bow ties. Ladies got dressed to the nines as well, where everybody got to partake in some top-rated bourbon, beer, and wine. They had an auction. And, of course, you got to cut up on the dance floor. So that was really cool. Like I said, something very unique.
Very awesome.
Also, last week, which is an event that me and my family attended, Mother's Day at the races. This has kind of been our thing for like almost the last 10 years now. We all get together and we go to Pimlico on Mother's Day. They have a full slate of races. You get to bet. The buffet is off the chain. I mean, all you can drink mimosas and Bloody Marys. So a good time is really had by all. And, you kind of get your first little glimpse of, the setup.
Yeah.
For the Preakness races. So, you're in the clubhouse. You have free range of the whole facility. You can go to the grandstand. I took some time walking around out there. And, man, it was really cool. Really cool. And it was a beautiful day.
That's awesome.
Beautiful day. Hell yeah. What else do we have? Last night, DJ D Nice hosted a club quarantine. Mark, I know you remember that those... that virtual jam session became wildly popular during COVID.
Yeah.
And so they did a session last night online for a couple of hours, and a lot of people locked in for some late night tunes. So that's pretty cool too. If you're looking for something to do tomorrow, they have this is another one of my favorites out of everything that I've seen. They are having an outdoor movie night at Baltimore Peninsula. This showing is free. to everyone, and they'll be showing the movie Secretariat.
Damn, that's cool.
Which is really cool, right? Because if you did not know, all of the all of the horses in the Kentucky Derby were direct descendants of this amazing horse.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure how many it is for this race, but I mean, I'm pretty sure there will be a few. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, free at the outdoor sitting area at Baltimore Peninsula. And, I think that would be a great time. Man, if I wasn't going to this home opener for the Mystics tomorrow, I definitely would have gone to this event.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You got any thoughts on Preakness? I know, man, you never really got a chance to go.
Yeah, and I was like, I think I even talked about it last year. I was kind of excited because it's the 150th and everything, and then bam, I'm gone.
Right. But, it's crazy. Time is crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta love the Preakness. I know everyone talks about the Triple Crown, but when you actually live in a city that hosts it, it's something special, man. Yeah,
there's nothing. I mean, you can just. Winning the Triple Crown is one thing, but hosting it year after year and just having that rich tradition, man, It's completely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And speaking of rich traditions and everything, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be partaking this beverage tomorrow, as well as Saturday at the races. The Orange Crush, have you heard about this, Mark? Has become the official state beverage, state of Maryland.
I seem to remember something talked about it with being the state beverage, but I don't know. Is that something they recently passed?
Yeah, state lawmakers recently passed a bill, I believe, in the past 2 weeks, to make the drink the official state cocktail. And, it's actually one of my favorite drinks. It's one of my favorite drinks to purchase at, all of my games, my home team games, Ravens, Orioles. It even comes in a can now.
Yeah.
12% alcohol content, man. It'll definitely get you there after a few. And if you're feeling, really diabolical, I'd like to suggest to my friends that love to live dangerously, the Keisha Double Fisted Special.
Oh, God.
Yes, baby, the Double Fisted Special. That's when you get Orange Crush. You have Orange Crush in one hand, and in the other hand, you have a shot of vodka, baby.
Because there's not enough vodka in it already.
Yeah. You got to enhance that drink, man. So, I didn't really know what went into an Orange Crush. I just know they just taste delicious. But I was actually surprised at how simple the recipe is for this. So for you guys looking to, if you want a nice refreshing drink that's very simple to make and it goes hand in hand with the summertime, the Orange Crush consists of equal parts of triple sec, orange vodka, freshly squeezed orange, and a splash of Sprite.
Yep.
All right. Very simple. This drink was created about 30 years ago, Mark, at Harborside Bar and Grill in Ocean City. That is something I also did not know, and I learned today, which is really cool. Ocean City is a summertime favorite for families and for people alike during the summer. You got the boardwalk down there, plenty of food, crabs. So, this particular place, the owner and his staff were playing around with, mixing up different ingredients and things like that. And lo and behold, out of all of that playing around, we became a national, well, I'm not going to say a national, I'll say a statewide treasure.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a statewide treasure, but I feel like especially in the last 5 years or so, it's really gained a lot of national stuff. I think I saw, I don't know, Alabama or something like that. Someone was like, the Orange Crush is our drink. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and you know who else is claiming it now, too?
Who?
Delaware.
No way.
Yes, which is insane. I mean, we're kind of connected to Delaware.
Yeah.
I like to say by way of Ocean City too, because some people here from Baltimore, they like to take an alternate route down to Ocean City, and it requires you to go up through Delaware.
Yep, I've taken that route.
Yeah, I have too. I mean, that's like the way to go when like that Bay Bridge traffic and everything going down that way. What is that, 50? When that is extremely,
Yeah.
when it's a huge, let's just say, clusterfuck of a situation.
Look,
many people like to take that alternate route,
which is basically from next Friday until about the first Tuesday in
Yes.
September.
Yes, absolutely. I would not be caught dead going down there within the first 2 weeks of the beach season, man, because it's insane. I mean, when you're younger, you don't pay attention and don't care about that kind of stuff. When you're not making that drive down there, sure, it's a lot of fun, but when you become an adult, it's total hell.
Yeah.
Absolute hell. So, yeah. One of my favorites became an official, and I was very happy to hear about that.
Since the rise of the Orange Crush, there's been a lot of variations. Do you find any that are on par with the Orange?
Okay. No. I'm like, it's like, this is why we can't have nice things.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's always gotta, do their own spin or create another version. I've had a lime crush before. I believe that there might be like some type of pomegranate thing out there.
Yeah.
I don't know why pomegranate is becoming so popular these past 2 years, but it's just like they got to stick pomegranate and everything too. But to me, there is nothing like the combination with the orange. That orange with the splash of Sprite, man, it just all goes so well together. It's a perfect combination to me. I'm not really a fan of any of the spin-offs.
I will, the Orange is the king, but that first son that's waiting for the king to die off, I will smash the hell out of a Pineapple Crush, because those are good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't had a Pineapple Crush. Yeah, they were trying to get me to drink one of those at the Ravens Winterfest.
Okay.
But I didn't. I'm not really a big pineapple fan, so I passed on that. Maybe I'll try that. At my next ball game, I got a ball game on the 28th.
Okay.
Maybe I'll give that a go, and I'll report back to you guys the week of that show.
Sounds good.
Okay. What else do we have going on? Let me take a look at this menu. Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's talk about the home teams. We'll save the worser of the two for last. Let's talk about the Ravens right now. Okay?
Real quick, I don't know if you saw my message. Did you?
What? No.
I just need to go run and get my cable real quick. So did you want to throw it on break, or do you want to just talk to the people?
Go ahead and throw it on break.
Okay.
Quick little break, you guys. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, outsiders. Sorry, my bad. I wasn't prepared.
No worries. Let's pick up where we left off. We were still keeping it 410 here on Just a Bit Outside, me and Mark. Well, since we're kind of like restarting, how about this? Share that link. Share that love, homie. You know what I mean? Make sure you do that.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, let's get back to it. So, like I said, we're keeping it local. We were just about to talk about the Ravens schedule release. This is like the next step after the draft in the series of insane football fandom, right?
Yeah.
It's like the draft, and it's like, oh god, I can't wait till the schedule comes out. This is, meanwhile, I'm like, all right, whatever.
And they gotta make
let's
an event.
talk about it.
They gotta make an event of everything too. Like,
Yeah.
they announced when the schedule would drop at the draft, and
Yeah.
then, like, every team has their creative videos now, I guess. Stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to say, I don't know. It's something. The NFL is starting to become annoying to me. I don't know. The most annoying of sports of them all. I mean, if it's just like after, those final playoff games are being played and everything. It's just everything is just downhill to me. I could give a crap about the Pro Bowl. I know we reported on the draft, but I really don't.
Yeah.
And it's just like, then everybody's like, oh, schedule release. I'm like, okay. I don't know if it's because I'm kind of pissed off at my pockets because I'm paying for this season ticket as all of this shit is going down. But it's just, I just get less and less excited in the off season every year. But for the sake of this show, and for the sake of you guys, because we do love you guys, we're going to talk about this schedule release. Mark, did you ever take a chance to look at the schedule release?
Yeah, I did. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly.
I think somebody has it out for the Ravens. Like, did we do something to somebody this year? Like, they do not like us. That is what I gathered when I looked at the season.
I mean, what are the odds? We have a week 7 bye.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
After we play just about everybody dangerous for 6 weeks. I
mean, there's a good possibility we could be 2-4 headed into that bye.
Right. I think we have pretty much the same takeaway. Like, the first 6 weeks was like hell on earth for Ravens. I mean, just really tough. Really tough. I mean, you face 2 AFC rivals early on, right? You got the season opener versus the Bills. I looked at that and I was like, oh man, I love it. That's a great way to start off the season.
Right.
Making a statement. Then I start moving my finger down and I'm like, what the hell? And you got the Chiefs a few weeks later. You sprinkle the Lions, the Texans, the Rams in there, and it's just like, wow, who did we piss off? In the off season this year. It's a pretty stiff way to start the season.
In the first 4 weeks, you have 3 teams that were in their conference championship game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And division leaders.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And, we already just said here, we're not insane football fans. So I have not taken a look at anybody else's schedule. I think it might be worth taking a look to look at our AFC rivals to see how their schedules are in comparison.
Okay.
But I would bet, I would bet a week's pay that our strength of schedule is the highest out of the 4.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, by week 7, I guess that's kind of a gift, because I just feel like we're going to be beat to hell by week 6, and we could use that week off in week 7.
Yeah.
But that was my biggest takeaway. I feel like if we can start off strong, and that is going to be the most necessary thing, Like, I mean, you just said it, Mark. We could potentially be 2-4. I mean, ideally, I would like to be 4-2. You know, I will not panic if we're 3-3. But anything under that, boy, I just do not know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And, you know, we talk time and time again every year about how important it is in the NFL because you only have but so many weeks to start off strong.
Exactly. Now, we did get some primetime love.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And you know what? That's becoming a regular thing for the Ravens now, especially over the past 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, what do we have? We have Thanksgiving this year.
Thanksgiving against the Bengals, the primetime game. That opening week game against the Bills.
Yeah.
And then that home game against the Lions.
Yep. Those are all going to be good ones. You know, the Ravens have one of the premier offenses in the NFL. So naturally, I mean, and we also have one of the premier quarterbacks in the NFL.
And a newly extended premier running back.
Yeah. Yeah, well-deserved contract extension for the King. Man, everybody's going to be wanting to take a piece. Everybody's going to want to take a look, you know, to see if we can follow this thing up again, which I know we will.
Yeah.
I know we will. I have, you know, man, my faith in the Orioles is so strong. I mean, I'm sorry, so low right now, but it's the exact opposite for my Ravens. So, you know, where we are in agony right now with one team, we have something to look forward to with the other. You know, so any other big games or any other takeaways from your first glance at the schedule, Mark?
At the Ravens or in general?
Just in general. I mean, either one.
I think I said it to you in the chat. But those Christmas Day games, I have a feeling are going to be really bad games. And I got a tip from the Saturday games because remember that the rule is if the teams play on Christmas, they play the Saturday before.
Yeah.
So it's like the Eagles. Let me bring it up real quick.
Okay.
Oop, damn. NFL.
Yeah. Okay. Which is quite different from last year because I think last year the games were pretty exciting.
Yeah. And Christmas falls on a Thursday this year, so you're going to get 3 games.
That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. So hopefully, I don't know. I mean, expectations. A lot of things can change between, you know, week 1 and I don't know what week that will be for Christmas, but a lot of things can change during that time. But hopefully, we all have something. I don't know, man. We've got. I mean, now that we have like the basketball versus football thing, you know, going, it's like you kind of hope at least 1 or 2 of the games on both sides are booty huffs so you can get a good feel for everybody.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Oh, for sure.
Am I making sense?
That way you're not like channel flipping and you just like enjoy one thing.
Yeah. So you can get that, you know, have that FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, I think that kind of works. That kind of works.
All right. So
are we both in? Go ahead.
Your Christmas Day games are going to be the Cowboys at the Commanders, 1:00.
Ooh, that's a potential to be good.
Which, Cowboys fans, I'm sorry, just chill. Just because y'all got Pickens in that trade doesn't mean you're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Right.
Let's see. 4:30 game is the Lions and the Vikings. And then the nighttime game is the Broncos at the Chiefs.
Oh, man. That's a snooze fest. Okay. Yeah, well, at least we have Thanksgiving, you guys. We do have Thanksgiving. I'm pretty excited for that. Because I can't remember the last time we had a Thanksgiving Day game.
It's been a few years, yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite a few years. It has. So that'll be nice. You know, I mean, the new thing now, I mean, the next thing now is, training camps, and everybody started to report and everything. So, all you diehard football fans will be salivating on all of that stuff while I'll just be in Oriole hell. And I think that's a good transition for our next topic, which is the Baltimore Orioles. And they are the booty huff pick of the week, and probably will continue to be through the next 2-3 months. I don't know. It's just been really tough to be an Oriole fan. They had a doubleheader yesterday because of the rain out. The Minnesota Twins are in town. The Minnesota Twins are not that much better, or at least on paper, they haven't been much better than us. So there was, some hope for this series. And, man, I mean, the Orioles just laying up, it just straight goose eggs in every category, possible. It's just, blowing leads, pitching is horrible. The second that you have a glimmer of hope, they kill it. It's just really been tough. Cedric Mullins had a grand slam in the second game. There was hope that we would take that one, and then lo and behold, you blow the damn lead in the 8th inning, like 7th, 8th inning. It is just really hard to watch the Orioles, and you know what? I'm kind of half glad that Masson, the assholes that they are, that I can't even watch, because it's just like, I can just look at the highlights and just, and look at the box score and just, that'll be the extent to my pain.
Yeah, now that they got the pay service for the streaming, it's like, I'm not going to pay for that.
Hell no. Man, you don't even know. I'm halfway pissed that I got these season tickets this year. But, I love going to the games. It's my summertime hangout. It will forever be. It's just going to be what I do. But, to add insult to injury, not only are we playing, horribly, there has been some rumors swirling around that it started up this week. I'm sure you heard about that.
I heard a little bit, yeah. I haven't heard a whole lot. I think it's just flipping Sports Center or something.
Yeah, there's been some swirlings around that with some Cedric Mullins trade rumors. Cedric Mullins is my favorite Oriole player right now. He is, he's having a bounce back year. He's just playing on fire. He's hitting well. They've moved him from the bottom of that lineup to a place where I feel like he always belonged, and clearly it's showing from his numbers back to where he feels comfortable, and it's just, I don't know, and this is just another thing that just pisses me off with the Orioles. This cannot continue to be our thing every year, just to let go the pieces that hold the team together. Okay, it started with Manny Machado, and then you go and do this Santander thing, man, and now it's just like, if they ship Mullins off, I just don't know what I would do. I would just be, I would be high-key pissed off, Mark.
Unless they go on a hell of a winning streak and look like they might actually contend, then I hate to say it, but he'll probably be gone. It's his last year of arbitration.
Yeah, and they're also saying that Ryan Mountcastle can be thrown into the mix as well. A few teams have been named. Two teams that I've seen named a couple of times is Philly, which we have done some business with in the past. We got one of our pitchers on the roster now came from Philly. I have my feelings about that. Philly, they currently have Brandon Marsh outfield, and they're looking to upgrade at that position, and Cedric Mullins would be it.
Yeah.
I do not want him to go to the Rangers. That is the other team that is being named in these trade rumors. I don't know, man. It's just something about the Rangers. I do not like them. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with Josh Hamilton and him continuously whipping our ass back in the day in the 2000s, early 2000s. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of the Texans at all. So those are the two teams, and like Mark said, unless something dramatically happens, which nobody is seeing in the near future for the Orioles, he very well could be gone. And it's so crazy because, Mark, at the beginning of this season, I was going to buy a Cedric Mullins jersey. But then I had to slow myself down because, I get pumped every spring training. I get pumped the week of opening day. I had to tell myself to slow down. And, ultimately what the decision that I came to is I would have to see what happened this year.
Yeah.
If he's here in the last game of this year, then, I would feel like he's going to stay here. But, I mean, damn it, if I'm so happy I did not pull that trigger because, those jerseys are expensive. I only go with the authentic joints. And, it hurts when you buy a jersey and it's, 2-3 months down the road, they're gone. I mean, there's no pain like that kind of pain. I think the NFL has some type of guarantee or something like that, but I don't believe they have that in baseball. Yeah. It's just SOL. So that would be rough. And everybody, I want you to help me out and call on all of your prayer warriors, as will I, because like I said, he's my favorite guy, and it would really hurt to see him go.
So if the Orioles do end up trading him, what's the timetable? Like sooner rather than later, or trade deadline kind of deal?
I think trade deadline kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because
those teams that are desperate, they're gonna offer a lot.
Yeah, but to say that's how you get the best. To me, that's how you get the best deals. You wait it out, wait till people are in the chokehold of a situation, and they're about willing to do anything.
And listen, Orioles, Mike Elias.
Right, I'm about to say which the fucking Orioles should be doing.
Pitchers. Right? If you're gonna trade Mullins, get pitching.
And I'm serious, premier pitching. I don't want no more of this Charlie Morton BS, yo. Seriously, it's very frustrating. Get the shit together, fellas. Come on. And you know what, Elias? Your ass is on the hot seat, too. Guess what? Heard about that, too. So, if you're listening, hey, or if you're a friend of Mike Elias, tell him that we said get his ass together. Man. Any other thoughts on the Orioles before we press on?
Nothing good.
Okay. Okay. How about this? Let's transition to Real On Wrestling. You got anything you want to report before we do these last two segments on the menu?
Let's see. Memorial Day weekend, what is that, like the 29th, that Saturday? They got a Saturday night's main event lined up. That's on Peacock and NBC, and looks like it'll be a good show. Jey Uso defending his championship against Logan Paul. Which, I mean, like him or not, Logan Paul does bring eyes on the product, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he brings money to the game. Can't hit on it.
Yeah, exactly. Cody's defending his title, or John Cena's defending his title against R-Truth, which is just wild. But I'm looking forward to it. Saturday night's main event, you don't expect anything major to happen, but it should be fun. Okay,
nice. Good things. Okay, let's take it to the hardwood. Let's talk some basketball. We got a game 6 tonight. OKC is in Denver. Denver looking to keep hope alive. which is just crazy that they are in this position because, they really had chances in games 4 and 5 to take control of this series. And, it seems like it's like an underlying theme of the playoffs to blow the fourth quarter leads. Seems like everybody is doing it, in one fashion, in one form or another. Denver lost big leads in the fourth quarter in games 4 and 5. Now here they are. At home with their backs against the wall for Game 6. Mark, what is your thoughts on this game, and who do you think comes out victorious tonight?
I say line up. Who is it? The
what the odds?
Yeah, 5.5 for.
Yep,
for
5.5 for OKC. Over under 217 last time I checked.
Thunder have taken a game at home or on the road, and the Nuggets have won at home once. I say wrap up this series and just get on to the next round. Thunder's going to take this one.
OKC takes it?
OKC, yeah.
Okay. So Mark's going with OKC. You want to put that down as OKC on the money line?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, well, I happen to beg to differ, man. I'm thinking that they're going to push this thing to 7 games. We got to Game 6 a different way than I thought it would. I really thought that we were going to take that. Well, not we, but that the Denver Nuggets were going to take that Game 4. It was really shocking. But I feel like them being back at home, they'll get that resurgence, they'll get that boost from the home crowd, and I think that it's going to be a close game all the way through. They're going to duke it out, and I think Nikola Jokic will be the key to tonight's game. He's kind of picked up pace in the last 2 games, 4 and 5, and I'm expecting him to be on the driver's seat tonight, Mark. So I'm going to give you guys 3 picks for tonight. My first pick is Denver on the spread, so I'll take the Denver plus 5.5 points. Like I said, I'm expecting Nikola Jokic to be in the driver's seat, and he won't be doing that facilitating BS that he normally does. I'm expecting him to be a focal point. So I also like the under 8.5 assists. Okay, so I'm expecting him to have. What kind of goes hand in hand with that? But I did not look it up. And if you want to put a cherry on top of this thing, like I said, I like the under 8.5 assists, which means to me that he's going to be taking more shots. Take him over in the points as well. Like I said, I'm not sure what that total is. As a matter of fact, let me just take a look right now. And in the meantime, while I'm looking, I will tell you guys also, since I'm liking points here, the theme is points tonight, so I'm also taking the over 217 on the game points.
That was my next question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. They got the over and under for Nikola Jokic, 29.5. Woo.
Wow.
But they must be feeling what I'm saying, though, to some extent. If I were you guys, I'd shave a couple of points off of this. I'd like to take that thing down to about, you could take a 25 plus bet. That sounds good. That sounds nice and safe. With Nikola to go along with the other 3 picks that I gave. That's a nice little 4-leg parlay for you guys. Let me just run that back for you one more time. Got Denver on the spread. Nikola Jokic under on the points. Take Nikola Jokic plus 25 plus on the point. I'm sorry, under on the assists. Back that up. Under on the assists. Nikola Jokic 25 plus on the points. And match points over 217. Like that.
Okay.
Yes. So that is the only game on the menu for the NBA tonight, which is cool because that gives us plenty of time to talk about the WNBA. We've seen a couple of preseason games. The girls have been scrappy. The energy is there. I am excited. The season kicks off tomorrow. They have a full slate of awesome games, especially the ones that are going to be televised. I think the biggest game of tomorrow night will be, of course, the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever. We all know the rivalry, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. The Fever made some moves in the offseason to get Clark some help, and that's going to be a fun one to watch. It'll be a fun one to watch. Well, it'll be great to go ahead. I'm sorry.
That game's actually Saturday, and it's an afternoon game.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry,
cool.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that was tomorrow. Okay, that game's okay. So that's on Saturday. Mark, with that particular game, it'll be nice, and with all of these games, I mean, we know that the WNBA's rookies last year, they had one hell of a draft class, right? And this year's draft class, I have a feeling that they will be equally fantastic. But what I am more so interested in, Mark, is to see how last year's class progresses from year one to year two.
Yeah. For sure.
I think that will definitely be, something that you want to keep an eye on this season with these ladies on the court, man. The Mystics do play tomorrow. They have their, excuse me, I'm sorry. They have their home opener against the Atlanta Dream. Mark, like I said earlier in the show, I will be out there. This will be my second home opener in a row. I'm very excited. The energy is always live at the Mystics game. That's one thing that you can't count on. Whether we really have something to cheer about or not. And last year, we didn't have a whole lot to cheer about. There's a lot of room for improvement. We only won 14 games last year, but, Mark, we talked about the draft and the pickups. I am very interested, and I can't wait to see Sonia Citron and Kiki out there in their first regular season game with the Mystics. The Mystics are doing what honestly, I'm kind of hoping the Orioles will do in their off season. We have a new GM and a new coach. And to slide that right in there. New GM Jamila Wideman and new coach Sydney Johnson. It will be fun to take a look at this squad, see what the new look is. They have. And let me just tell you about the other side of the ball. Okay, the Atlanta Dream has been one of the biggest topics of the off season. Now, Mark, we talked about a lot of the trades and everything that went on in the off season, free agency pickups and things like that of that nature. And I don't know if you remember, but we talked about the Atlanta Dream making one of the biggest splashes with their off season moves.
Yeah.
Right? So, the biggest one of the biggest moves of the off season was the Atlanta Dream bringing one of the best centers in the league, Brittany Griner, to the team. Okay? They also added Breonna Jones from the Sun. We all know how great she is. And they made moves in the draft as well, drafting Tahina Powell from South Carolina. So we got a lot of hot names there, and it's gonna be a good game for the home opener, man. I'm excited to see them all.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I'm just really hoping. Like I said, I mean, only winning 14 games, and even with the how short the WNBA season is, that's not good, man. And I'm praying by the grace of God that we can only go up from here. I'm serious, man. I mean, I'm taking enough of a beating with the Orioles, but Yes, I am very much looking forward to getting down there tomorrow. You know, the Mystics treat their fans extremely well. The giveaways are going to be in full effect. Like I said, the energy is going to be in full effect. The DJ is always awesome. And, you know, I'm just really happy that the WNBA season is back. We get to see all of our favorite girls, and we get to see, you know, we'll see how this rookie trend, if it will continue. I feel like last season was one of the most physical seasons the WNBA has ever had.
Yeah.
These young girls, these young gunners, they are not backing down from these vets. I think it's great for the league, and the numbers don't lie. You know, the league is you know, finally making some gains, which is good. You know, I mean, and you know, for people that don't understand how this shit works, it takes time for you to get there. It took hella time for the WNBA to get to this point. I'm sorry, the regular NBA to get to this point. Okay, so, you know, we got the expansion teams and everything, and, you know, I think we're in for another treat this WNBA season.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to that, as crazy as it sounds, the Sparks and the Valkyrie game tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, the Valkyrie's gonna be looking to make a statement, being the new kids on the block.
Yeah, and the Sparks, like, you feel like they've been trying to recapture that former glory, but last season just ended up short, and you hope they're a team on the rise and just want to see how a new team does.
Yeah, and that addition of Kelsey Plum is major. I mean, they've completely, and that's going to be another focal point, I think, throughout the WNBA season. What are the Las Vegas Aces going to look like? I mean, they've completely dismantled the team.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, to my shock and a lot of WNBA fans, you know, that'll definitely be a focal point as well. What will that new look Las Vegas Aces look like, you know, without some of those familiar faces?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, we buckle up. You know, good thing that it's great that there are other things going on besides the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Wow, 47 minutes. I think we did a pretty good job, dog. Is there anything you want to add and put out there before we sign off for the night, man?
Yeah. Let's just you know, root on and support the Capitals. They're in it tonight. They are down 3.
Damn, how can I forget that? It just started at 7:00 too.
Yeah. The first period just ended. It's tied up 1-1. They are down 3-1 against the Hurricanes. And let me tell you,
oh gosh,
like, you know, being down here in North Carolina, like, I'm not too far from Charlotte, like 2.5 hours.
Oh, for sure.
And of course, like I always, when I'm driving in the car, I tune into sports radio, and the people here, they do not like the Capitals. So I heard some hate going on.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently they put him out of the playoffs one year. I don't know.
Oh,
I think that's what I heard. So, like, yeah, but we need Ovi. He's in his last year. We all know that. They had the best record in the NHL. We need Ovi to spark this comeback. Down 3-1's a tough spot, but you guys can do it.
Absolutely. I agree. I totally agree with you. I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cut that thing on right now while I wait for this NBA game to start up.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, big shout out to the Caps. Let's get her done, baby. Let's get her done. Let's keep it alive. You want to close it out for us tonight, man? Go ahead.
You know you're better at that than me.
All right, well, look, you know how we end this show, Baltimore spread love, yo. Have fun this weekend, and we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
Big show next week.
Big show, yes. Oh my gosh, you have a guest. Love it. I love that for us. All right, I am Keisha, and on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, Mark, and we are just a bit outside. Peace.